All right, we are looking at some of the big searches of the internet today. Nikki Bussey has those details. Today, the big splash online is the DNC. Last week, it was the RNC,
right.
So equal opportunity here.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Well, no big surprise there. Well, tomorrow may be the big kickoff, but there was plenty of celebration today in Charlotte. Now, Charlotte's annual Labor Day parade actually kicked off Carolina Fest. Now, the Democratic National Convention is hosting this year's festivities as a prelude to the convention this week. And Jeff Bridges, as you see there, played guitar and sang. James Taylor is going to be singing as well, and so will Janelle Monáe, all lending their pipes to the cause. Lots of celebs helping out, just like last week.
Republican or Democrat, it's neat that something like that is happening in our state. I think that's pretty cool.
Right, something within driving distance we were saying
absolutely,
earlier.
yeah.
Well, the White House was also trending today, but it wasn't because of the DNC. After much pushing, the White House head chef has posted the recipes for 2 of the beers served at the presidential home. And these were for White House Honey Ale and the Honey Porter. And both beers are made using honey harvested from the White House beehive. Fun part of the story, staff's only been brewing for a year, and no one had actually brewed beer before that.
Oh, wow. That's kind of neat. I know Rob had talked about it in his 6 things before, the honey ale. I think it's kind of neat. You know, I mean, even when you go back to like George W., you know, like he was a guy that a lot of voters wanted to drink beer with.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
If Mr. Obama wants to make us beer, that's cool
With his
too.
beer summit. Well, Shia LeBust may be known for his, you know, big hits at the box office, but this last one, not so much a big hit. But Lawless, of course, not a big flop either. It actually came in at number 2, pulling in $10 million. It's a movie about brothers bootlegging alcohol in the Depression era. Very violent, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
But before this flick, LeBust's past 7 movies came in at number 1, starting with Disturbia in 2007. Now, The Possession, if you were wondering, was actually number 1 and beat Lawless.
You know, I think it looks like a good movie though.
The dialogue
you know,
looks good. Everyone's talking about Tom Hardy after Dark Knight with Bane.
Yeah.
I will say this, I like him.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, it's hard to compare that to Transformers, you know.
Right, when it has such a big commercial following, especially.
Different crowds, for sure.
Different types of people going, you're right. Well, Matchbox 20 was used to dealing out hits 10 years ago. Hard to believe it was 10 years ago. But anyway, the group has come together to make a new album. It's called North, and it comes out tomorrow. And for numbers purposes, if you're keeping up, the band has actually sold 15.6 million albums and 7.9 million singles in their 17 years together.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy because I can only think of like 1 or 2 songs that I really liked of
Well, me
them.
too.
Like, gosh, 10 years ago?
Yep. And we're talking like top whatever hits, like
Yeah.
top 10, top 20.
Well, that's good that they've
Still a hit single.
I know, I was going to say it's good that they're still together because you don't see that very often
It's true.
anymore. All right, thanks, Nikki. Okay, so we have been talking about the weather, and Rob Ellis is going to tell us about that system. What's her name? Leslie?
Leslie.
Leslie just stalling out in the Atlantic. But he's got more details on our forecast when we return.